Anthony Adebayo.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5.
We're different from any other sport.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B.
What's up?
What up? Whew.
Nothing much. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. We here.
We here.
This is Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
It's your boy Scotty B.
So we missed a week, and that's okay. It happens. But boy, oh boy, last week ain't had nothing on this week.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
So I mean, you know, free agency started today, and it's the irony that we were recording today instead of Wednesday, and today happens to be like the start of free agency.
Right.
It all works out. Now, it don't make no sense to start anywhere else, but with Wimbledon. No, I'm joking. No. We're gonna start with Kevin Durant, man. Kevin Durant requested trade. He wants to get up out of Brooklyn. I don't blame him. Gas is mad high, and like a Happy Meal is like $8 in New York. So, you know. So, what are your thoughts on this whole Kevin Durant wanting out of Brooklyn?
Man, I got so many thoughts on that. All right. So first, last week, we didn't get to do a show, but what I wanted to talk about last week was the beating that he was taking on social media when the Warriors won, and you know, just pretty much the backlash with him leaving the Warriors, and you know, about how he needs to get it done, and you know, he should have stayed, and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking to myself, I said, there's no way in the world he's going to leave. He's going to stick it out of Brooklyn and prove the naysayers wrong. And lo and behold, today, I mean, he demands a trade. I like the idea. I think that it is no reason to continue down the wrong path. Maybe he realizes that he made a mistake. Why waste the rest of his prime there? He doesn't necessarily need to team up with a super team, but you know, if he can get into a better situation than the Nets, I mean, I'm all for it, man. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think we kind of, if you think about it, we kind of can see the writing on the wall. He, well, maybe not. I'm lying. That joint, it caught me completely by surprise. I thought we would be hearing of Kyrie requesting a trade before we would hear about KD requesting a trade. And I think that KD don't really care about what people think. He don't care about what people think. He gonna do what he want to do and say what he want to say. But I think that the culture in Brooklyn is well, there isn't one. I don't think there is a culture in Brooklyn. I guess they tried to build a culture, but it didn't really work. And I feel like get out from the sinking ship before it sinks. And my real question in regards to this, because you know they're both going to be gone. Kyrie and KD are going to be gone. I feel like at this point it's like I don't think there's any turning around.
I feel like that today, but it didn't feel like that yesterday.
I agree. But I'll say this: even when Kyrie opted in, I said he can still get traded because you have the sign and trade factor. When you opting out, that's better for you as a player. So at least when you're at the level that he is. But my main question is, when are people going to hold Steve Nash accountable? Because there's only one team that got swept in the playoffs this year, and that was the Brooklyn Nets. They're the only team that got swept in the whole playoffs. No one's really brought that up, but that I don't care. If only one team gets swept and it's that team, there has to be some sort of accountability on the head coach. So when are people going to start holding Steve Nash accountable?
I don't think they're going to hold him accountable. I think that Kyrie, Ben Simmons, and Kevin Durant gave him his out. I think that, we all argue that Ben Simmons, well, it's not even an argument, it's a fact. He didn't play the entire time that they were there. James Harden basically was injured or hurt. Kyrie Irving only played 29 games this year. So he didn't really play a lot, and Durant was hurt. So he could make the argument that he never quite had all of them together. But like you said, it's all about the environment, right? The players know. Yes, well, I wouldn't even say yesterday. I say earlier this week when Kyrie Irving opted in, I was like, you know what? They're going to make one last run at it. Ben Simmons, he looks like he's coming back into shape. He's saying his back is better. He's posting videos. He's out working. Got Kevin Durant. So I'm like, okay, they're going to give it one more go. Let's see how it pans out. Do you think, and this is, all opinion based, do you think the fact that Brooklyn did not give Kyrie a long-term deal factored into Durant wanting to leave?
No.
No.
But I don't think that Kyrie's deal had anything to do with it. Because I guess the thing is, does Kyrie deserve a long-term deal? I mean, if he gets a long-term deal, if a team gives him a long-term deal, there has to be a ton of what do you call it, exemptions or whatever you want to call it. That, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would give Kyrie a long-term deal. I mean, I don't think he's stable enough to give him a long-term deal.
I don't think many GMs would give him a long-term deal. But think about it like this, right? Kyrie Irving, he goes to Brooklyn, gives them the home team discount. He says, hey, you had the opportunity to sign me first. They say, hey, man, we got to see more production, and then we'll talk to you a year from now. Kevin Durant looks at that, and he says, you know what? I know Kyrie. He's my boy. He feels disrespected. The only reason he's going to opt in is because he can't afford to lose any money. I mean, he lost $17 million last year, so he's like,
in a Nike deal.
Yeah, Nike deal. So he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get my cash. I'll ball out, and then I'll get a max deal, but it won't be with the Nets. So then Durant, he's looking at that at a distance, saying, okay, if we can't sign Kyrie, I don't know what this Ben Simmons guy is capable of doing. The rest of the team is all right. It's mediocre. I'm here for another 4 years. Why not get ahead of it, right? Why not say, you know what, I'm going to demand the trade now before I get stuck with just playing with Kyrie for one more year, and then I got 3 more years. Kind of, I wouldn't say in his prime, but his last 3 solid years. The end of his prime. I think we all would agree that Kevin Durant could still give anybody buckets and still got a whole bunch of game. But the reality of it is he's 34 years old. 3 years from now, he'll be 37. So then, that window is closing. So I don't know. And like I said, that's all opinion based. We don't know. But that was just a little bit of perspective I wanted to bring.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that Kyrie and KD get traded to the same team. Can you see that?
No. So, and I'm glad I'll let you go back to the point that you're making, because you're making a pretty good point. I just want to say this: it's not a lot of money out there. So a lot of teams.
Hey, hold on, stop. You see what these people are signing? And you said there's not a lot of money out there?
Well, both of them, though. You got to figure, like, you got Durant and you got Kyrie money. You know, on top of whatever you got on your roster, to sign both of them, it's not a lot of teams out there. Now, it's been some quiet whispers, and I'm sure you're ready to break that. So I won't let you break that, because you brought it up. It's one team out there that they're saying can put together the package that the Nets want for both of them.
Oh, go ahead, tell them. It's
the Lakers. They say the Lakers. I think that it's highly unlikely, but I mean, you never know.
All right, hit me out with this, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
If they go to the Lakers, it would be the get back at Draymond that people would clamor for, because I think it would revolve. I don't think they would be giving up 80 either. I think it would be like Russell Westbrook and everybody else on the roster. They're just gonna fill them in with like, I mean, because that's all you need is like some fillings. So if that happens, I'm telling you now, the Lakers are winning their 18th championship. I'm telling you right now that that the Lakers will win the championship.
Oh yeah, but again, we don't know, right? So we don't know in all this what Kyrie and Durant's relationship is. You know, it's all speculation, right? You know, he could have asked for a trade because he didn't get the long-term deal, or he could have asked for the trade because he just realizes that ship has sailed. You know, and I guess the reality of it, and I'll go back to James Harden, right? Mm-hmm. So when James Harden was at Houston, you know, like when he was there with like John Wall, Boogie, and everybody like that, he flat out, he came out and he was like, yo, this team is garbage. Basically said that they were trash, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember, because I was one person looking at him, I was like, dang, bro, you ain't even gave this team a like chance. Like, you guys got some pieces. Ultimately, he left, and they were garbage. So he gets to the Nets, right? And everybody is basically like, dang, bro, give it a chance. Like why do you want to leave? Like, you guys are all here. Yeah, you're frustrated or whatnot, but it's a big three. Why are you forcing yourself out? He said, you know what? I'd rather go with the 76ers. I'd rather take less money, stay with the 76ers, and play elsewhere than play here. Now you're seeing Durant. This basically like, and you're right? You got Steve Nash, the coach you want. The GM and the front office has done everything possible that they could do to appease them. I mean, between like getting Ben Simmons, getting Drummond, getting the Curry boy, getting I mean, like that team has people. Oh wow,
sorry about that.
No, you're good. But I just for him to just opt out, like, it's got or demand a trade, it's got to be more to the story that we don't know.
Well, I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see where how this all plays out. I think that KD is I think wherever he goes, I think it's easy to say that they'll be one of the favorites to go to the finals.
All right, so let's stop there, though. Let's stop there, because I know you want to get to this point. So there's two teams. It's two teams. One is your second team. One's Phoenix Suns. Your Heat and the Suns. And I'm just asking you this: do you see it possible for him to go to either team? Because we got to talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's moves that could be made for him to go to both teams. And I know people. I saw today, some reports of trading Bam, but that to me it doesn't make any sense.
It's
Um,
impossible. It can't
yeah,
happen.
yeah. I mean, I think it doesn't make any sense to do that when you got other pieces that you can trade.
Oh
To
no, it can't happen. Um, so Ben Simmons is on a rookie exemption,
mhm.
and Bam is on a rookie exemption. You can't have two players on rookie exemptions on the team at the same time. So Bam cannot be in that conversation
Well, I mean, unless
unless
they
they release or get rid of Ben Simmons.
right. Um, uh, so, but regardless, I think that, but I heard it. However they wanted to swing it, I heard it. So, um, Phoenix. Here's the thing: you got Pat Riley, you got James Jones, who was groomed by Pat Riley, and I think that James Jones is gonna do his damnedest to get him there. Now, there's a third team that I think should be talked about, um, and that's the Blazers, because I'm almost certain that Dame Lillard knew about this. That's why he posted what he posted over the weekend. There's no way out of the blue he just posts him and KD in a picture with a Blazers jersey on, and then 4 or 5 days later, KD wants out of Brooklyn. There's something there. I think people need to be careful because if KD goes to Portland, the West is in trouble. If
I don't know.
Hold on, if KD goes to Portland, the West is in trouble. And the reason why I say that is because one, their team wasn't that bad, and two, they'll still have room to make moves and make deals. So be careful because I think if listen, like I said before, whoever KD goes to, the chances of them winning the championship go up.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the Heat, right? And I know you're about to disagree with this.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't think Brooklyn could get the assets from the Heat that they need back in return. And I don't think that Durant fits into what the Heat do. He elevates every team, right? But I think right now the Heat they're
He fits
they're not
exactly.
really, huh?
He fits exactly into what they do.
Well, what I mean by that is it's a lot of on that team, and I know you disagree when I say this. They don't have a megastar. They've got some superstars, and they have guys that play within their role, right? You know what I mean? Like Bam plays in his role. He knows what the expectations are. Hero, Butler, Kyle Lowry, like all those guys play within their role. I think if you bring in Durant and what you would have to give up to get Durant, because you got to keep in mind they don't really have a lot of draft picks, so you can't put Bam in that discussion. So you got to put Butler in that discussion. But if you can't put Butler in that discussion, who else are you putting in that discussion? And it's a lot of good guys that fit into what the Heat do. So I don't know about that.
You're gonna put Hero in there, of course. He has to be. I mean,
Yeah,
probably Kyle Lowry. Which I don't even think that they would. Or they probably would, especially if they go after Kyrie. But I mean, they have pieces. They have young pieces that can really, really, really help.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting, right? So he wants to go there. Pat Riley. I mean, he's Pat Riley. I mean, he's that guy. He's gonna figure out how to sell Durant on coming there. And if there's magic to be made, Like I have the utmost confidence that he'll be able to pull it off. But I just right now I don't really see it. Phoenix, you heard about Devin Booker. He signed the Supermax today. You look at what they would have to move to get him. DeAndre Ayton, some draft picks. I mean, it's okay, but it doesn't. I mean, it's not KD. You know what I mean? And then you look at Portland. Yeah, it makes them instantly better, but I don't know if it's worth leaving the Nets to go to Portland.
You crazy.
So let me ask you this: you would rather play with Dame than Kyrie?
Every day of the week, twice on Sunday. And it's not even close.
It's not even close.
Not even close. It has nothing to do with talent. You know, Dame is going to be there every day. You know, you don't have to worry about none of those silly antics with Dame. Dame is coming to play ball. Dame is about his business. Dame is trying to win. Kyrie is like, Kyrie treats the NBA like it's a job. You know, so if he has PTO that he can use, he's going to use that. To me, it looked like when Kyrie's playing, like when Kyrie's locked into the game, he may be the best point guard in the league. But when is that? When is it? When is it? Yeah, he wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one that didn't want to get the vaccine. He's not the only one. And he wasn't even against the vaccine. He was against the mandate. I get it, whatever. But not only did you cost your team a playoff or a championship, you caused mayhem within the organization. That's the main reason why Harden wanted to leave. You don't have that with Dame. You don't have a situation with Dame that you do with Kyrie. Like to ask me would I rather play with Dame or Kyrie? Nah, because I know what I'm getting when Dame steps in the building, and you know Dame is gonna step in the building.
Okay, so I can't disagree with you there, right? We all know that Dame is gonna like show out. He shows up, right? And I think we would agree too. It's not necessarily who's better, but where I'm going with this is I don't know if it elevates him enough to get him where he needs to go. So he goes back to the Western Conference, right? You got the Warriors that are going to be a whole hell of a lot better. You got the Clippers. They're going to be a whole hell of a lot better. You got Denver. There's going to be they're going to be a lot better. You got the Lakers. Possibly. They're going to be a lot better. You got all those teams out there, and you still have Portland. Yeah, you had Durant, but it's still the path to the championship. To me, is much harder in the West because you got Phoenix. They're not going anywhere.
I beg to differ, but whatever.
So you think it'll be easier for him to get there in the West?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But when you're as good as you are, that shouldn't even matter. That shouldn't even matter. My thing is this. Yes, I mean the thing is with Portland, if they make a move to get Durant, it's not going to be the last move that they make. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that they will go after Durant and that's it, and they're gonna sit on their hands till October. No, they're gonna still make some more moves to get some more role players in. You can go get a Patty Mills. There's a ton of guys that you could go get that are free agents. Will it happen? Probably not. But
yeah, I mean
that's what makes it fun.
It's just a lot to like for him to risk, right? So Kevin Durant is in very dangerous territory right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is like, okay, he's got his rings. He's a certified baller of the century. But right now, the crowd is calling for him to get another ring.
Right.
And I don't know if Portland is where I'm staking my legacy on.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you, but you got to know that these these players talk. You know, so they have a lot of control. And
they're
so,
talking now. They're on social
yeah,
media.
exactly. So there's no way he's going to Portland. There's no way he's going to Portland with the way Portland is set up now, right? Like the way they are now. So it would have to be KD and like three other dudes that's gonna go to Port, like that they know, yo, this is the move you need to make. Because here's the thing, their agents talk too, and their agents know numbers, and their agents know what the hell they do. Well, most agents know what they're doing. So I want to answer this. So here's the thing: Patty Mills re-signed with the Nets, but they can still trade him. I mean, or I mean, listen, everything that was done today is all just words. Nothing is official until you sign that paper. So
you know what I like today, and I woke up looking at it. I like what the Hawks did.
Mm-hmm. I like it too. I mean, they added an all-star.
Yeah, they grabbed Murray, and I think that's a good move. I really liked what they did.
I like that move, but it didn't move me. I liked it, but I didn't say, "Damn, they about to go win a chip," or they going to
no.
I think they could get to the second round with that team that they got right now.
Oh yeah. That's definitely going to pay dividends. The deal that I was the most disappointed with, and I want to get your thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal, 5 years, $251 million.
Why you hate Bradley Beal so much?
No. I like Bradley Beal. So, but it just told me everything I need to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't really want to win. He was like, I gotta get this payday, and I can't be mad at him.
I'm about to say 251. I mean,
251. He's got to do what he's got to do.
Hey, look, 251. Yeah. Hey yo, you may not get it. I may not get a chip in Washington, but I get a chip. I get a chip in 10 years when I'm like Gary Payton.
Well, he's 29, so 5 years takes him 34. He might as well take the money while he can get it. But what I'm looking at is the Wizards gonna be doo-doo for a minute.
Hey, hold on, time out. Yo, hold on. I feel you on that. I understand. Sherrod, he disappointed in that move too. But y'all disappointed in 5 years. No. 251. Hey yo, put me on the sorriest team. Hey, put me on the sorry. Hey, look, because again, you just said it. He's 29. Hey yo, if I win my first chip, if I win my first chip at 35, and it's on another game, another team.
I'll keep it a buck for 250 mil. I ain't got to win a chip.
Exactly.
I ain't even got to win.
Look, he just had a big contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
man, listen.
Hey, look. If I was Bradley Beal, I'd be smiling right now.
Listen, he knew what time it was when they got rid of John Wall. He was like, shoot, all that money coming to me. I just gotta wait 2 years and I'm gonna get 250. Yo, listen, I am all for winning championships, but 5 years, 250, you do the math. You ain't got it's a lot of money. It's
50 mil, but
it's
oh man, they're gonna be so garbage. Trash,
but they're gonna be that bad. They ain't gonna be that bad.
They don't have the pieces to necessarily win or to be competitive.
Well, I think they could even make a run for the play-in.
Yeah, they'll make a run for the play-in. That's about it.
Listen. So here's the thing: you're saying he's super rich, right? But damn, it's real hard. It's real hard to turn down 250. I mean, so because if he would have signed with it, so he couldn't sign with for no more than 4 years with anybody else. and I think it would have been at like 160 or 180 or something like that. That's a lot of money too, though. You know what?
Well, you know what? When I saw him opt out, what I was thinking was that he was going to possibly go somewhere else. Not really be like a bench player. I mean, he's still a starter, be a good second option, and I mean he can contribute. But I thought he was going to do that. So when I saw that he re-signed, I was just like, well, I mean, more money, more money, more money. But
I knew he was re-signing. Just like James Harden's about to re-sign. You know, Levine is about to get a contract with the Bulls. I think he's about to get 212, 5 years, 212 or something like that.
I think Joker got something crazy too.
He got an extension. I think it was 6 years, 264.
Yeah, 264.
Yeah,
Devin Booker got the bag. All right, so this is the one I'm a little disappointed with. I really, really, really want to get everybody's take on this, right? So I'm a Knicks fan, and
don't say that. Hey, yo, first of all, don't say that too loud no more, yo. Just say you're a New York fan.
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan.
All right, okay. You're a Knicks fan. Go ahead.
And let me say this, right? I have nothing against Jalen Brunson. I like what he did in Dallas. Like, he's a key person, but I just don't understand the infatuation with Jalen Brunson. I mean, I get his dad as a coach and with the Knicks, and he's got some ties to Leon Poe with him being his agent, but I just don't understand why they just think this guy is going to be the savior of everything. Am I missing anything?
Yo, listen, honestly, when I heard this, when I heard this, I said this is such a Knicks thing to do. Like, Jalen Brunson is equivalent to Van Fleet.
No, he ain't even in the same. No, Fred Van Fleet's way better than Jalen Brunson. I'd rather have Fred Van Fleet. No.
Damn.
No.
All right. Well,
I'm trying to think. I don't even got a good name for Jalen Brunson.
So what you're saying is that the Knicks overpaid for him?
Yeah, I just don't understand where we were going with that. I mean, it's just
because they made it a big thing. They made it a huge thing. Like, they creating cap space to get Jalen Brunson.
And that's what I'm not really understanding. Is it's like, all right, cool, we got Jalen Brunson, but it was like a big hold off. Like, I don't even think we even considered anybody else. Like you said, we made a few trades to clear up.
The thing is, honestly, they should have been thinking like, yo, we might be able to make a trade for KD and Kyrie, and you know.
Yeah, something. But I'm just looking. I'm like, Jalen Brunson. What the hell am I missing? like what's going on, man?
His daddy in the organization now, man. He wanted his son.
And I get all that. I really get all that. But like, we couldn't have brought him over as the backup point guard or
backup to who? Hold on. Let's stop here. He's better than every point guard that was on the Knicks. Let's not act like the Knicks are like they got like this deep roster.
I didn't say that. I said like maybe
the backup point guard.
Maybe we could have went after somebody else and like brought him in on as the backup, or maybe he could have been. I don't know. I'm not seeing it.
Well, Jalen Brunson, I tell you what, Jalen Brunson, he's a winner. Went to Villanova, won the national championship. He was productive. So here's the thing, and I watched Jalen Brunson play, and he was, I guess he was like the second guy on Dallas, but there really wasn't a second guy on Dallas. But whatever. But he was going to get paid from some, whether it was Dallas, whether it was New York or Miami or somewhere else. Somehow, some way, Jalen Brunson was going to get paid this offseason. And
you know, I feel like I feel like somebody told me that we went all in for Marcus Smart. Like as good of a point guard as Marcus Smart is, and he's a key contributor to like that Boston team. I feel like that it was just like, yeah, you're holding out for Marcus Smart. Or I felt better yet. I felt like somebody told me like, hey man, you guys are getting Eric Snow. It's like, really, Eric Snow. I don't get it, man.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, I'll say this. I think the next few days are going to get really, really interesting, and we'll see what happens. Let's get into the winner of the week, and then this should be interesting. All right, we'll be back.
No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner.
All right, so I had to give my winner of the week to Miles Bridges. If you don't know Miles Bridges, he plays for the Charlotte Hornets, and he just got an aggravated assault charge the day before he was about to get the back. We don't really know the details, but pretty much yesterday he got this aggravated assault charge, and today he was scheduled to be able to command the max contract. I don't know how many millions of dollars this is going to cost him, but I'm pretty sure that whatever he was doing was not worth the amount of money he's lost out on or will lose out on. What are your thoughts, man? Have you heard this story? Have you looked at it?
I did and said, "What a dummy!" That's those are my exact words. The day, the night before free agency starts, you have this happen. I don't know. I don't know how much money he's gonna lose, but I think it's gonna be a lot. And I do feel like it's gonna cost him. But I think there's gonna need to be more that's brought to light because he's probably gonna because he probably would have maxed out for what he's brought to the table. So here's the thing: did I know they gave him like a qualifying offer, the Hornets did. But I don't think he's gonna get the offers that he would have gotten. Now I tell you what, not being funny, and I know, domestic violence and all that stuff is nothing to play with. But if I was a team, this would be the time. I'm trying to get him for the cheap because that boy could play.
Oh, he could play. I mean, he balled out this year. I mean, he averaged 20, I believe, 7 rebounds, and a couple of assists in there. Nah, he could ball. That's why he was going to get that max deal. And you're right. This is the time to get him for the low. It's just unfortunate that he snaked himself out of all that money that he could have got. And again, we don't know all the details, but it's like, man, all you had to do was wait one more day, and you'd have been good, man. You'd been set.
Well, you shouldn't. Hopefully, what they saying happened didn't happen, but I don't know. That's tough. So, I got a question for you, and this is we're gonna get off. We're gonna get off of sports for a quick second, because I've been wanting to ask you this earlier. The conversation came up. We do the battlegrounds. All right, so I'm gonna spill the beans. So the real reason why I wanted to record today was because the championship belt was supposed to be here today.
Oh.
And then I get an email at 5:00 saying that it's not gonna be here till tomorrow morning. And I was like, I ain't extending the show again for another day. So that's the real reason why I didn't want to say nothing. Now you know. So with that being said, I want to ask you a question. We know rappers want to be athletes or actors, and actors the same. What rapper? And I want folks that's watching to answer this as well. Who is the best rapper turned actor? Or so we're gonna go rapper turned actor and athlete turned actor. Who do you have as the best?
All right, so rapper turn actor, I will always go with Tupac Shakur. But I feel like that's the weenie way out. So I want to take Tupac out because that's my favorite artist of all time. So I want to take him with no bias out. I gotta go Will Smith, man.
So is Will Smith and everybody else? Is that what you're saying? He had some huge movies.
Yeah, I gotta go Will Smith. It's the competition's out there. I mean, somebody, I don't want to say it. Somebody brought up Queen Latifah earlier today, our homeboy Derek. That got me to thinking. I mean, shit, you got Ice Cube.
What about Ice-T? So here's the thing. Here's why I bring up Ice-T. I know Will Smith has done all Pursuit of Happiness, Independence Day, the Bad Boys. Ice-T has probably been on one of the most popular shows as an SVU, right? And I mean 22 years or 23 years has been on TV. And he's been on there for 21 of the years or 22 of the years. I think he just wasn't on season 1, but he's been there since like 2000 or 2001. Does that hold more weight than Will Smith's movies?
No.
You don't watch SVU though.
But I've caught a couple episodes. My wife watches SVU.
I watch SVU religiously.
Yeah, so this is why this is why I say, and I can be corrected on this. This is just my opinion. That has not had a bigger impact than Will Smith's movies or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Touche.
To me.
Well, to you, I was gonna say because Law and Order SVU is a staple. I mean, yeah, but I would agree. His movies combined with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and even if you add Bel-Air, I know he's not on there as an actor, but okay.
Even like Cobra Kai,
huh?
Even like Cobra Kai, he's like an executive producer of that.
So what about LL Cool J?
I think, yeah, I mean he's a tough one. But okay, so this is why I gotta go with Will Smith though, right? If you look at what he was doing musically, and yeah, it might have came off as corny, and a lot of his stuff didn't age well. A lot of that stuff, like a lot of his movie soundtracks that he made, I mean, like killed. To get like them Men in Black and them Wild Wild West and all that, and the Bad Boy. The Welcome to Miami and all that crap. That stuff sold a lot of stuff, whether or not anybody wants to admit it or not. On top of what he's been able to do in the box office, man, I don't know if it's even close with anybody.
Okay. Now, you brought up corny movies. I mean, corny music. What about Nick Cannon?
Ooh,
Nick Cannon has built an empire.
I mean,
so I don't know if it beats
what you want to say about Nick Cannon. Yeah, you can say what you want to say about Nick Cannon, but yeah, you got to put him in that conversation. I mean, really, honestly, I always thought Nick Cannon was the next Will Smith.
Yeah.
Said Tom Selleck.
So what about DMX? DMX made some really, really good movies.
DMX made one really good movie.
What?
Belly. Don't tell me like you'll put the Romeo Was Dying there or
Romeo Was Dying was a good movie.
okay. Best athlete turned actor.
Best athlete turned actor.
I'm going to go with The Rock.
Ooh. Damn. Well, damn.
I'll go with The Rock.
Okay. Well. All right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you who I was thinking, and I couldn't name a single movie he was in.
Cool.
I was gonna say Jim Brown.
Jim Brown was in some movies, but The Rock was a good one. Damn. Yeah. I don't think I could. Yep. I think I'll go with The Rock. I don't think there's another athlete that's really. I mean, because he's a legit like actor. Like and I can't think of anyone. Yeah, but I tell you what though. I tell you what. If Peyton Manning wanted to go into acting, I think Peyton Manning would top The Rock. But this is. I mean, everybody knows that The Rock played football. I don't know what. Oh,
He's not just WWE.
He definitely was playing football. But what you call it?
I give you another one. He always plays himself. He's actually kind of funny. Mike Tyson.
I ain't getting into that one because now I know who you're talking about. The Jones guy that played running back when he played for the but he ain't there yet. He played like support.
Thomas Jones.
Thomas Jones, yeah. He's always like he ain't no lead. But yeah, so I mean
the BT joints, the little BT.
but I think that when you go to like the rapper one, for whatever reason people leave out Queen Latifah, like you said earlier, and don't do that anymore. But with that being said, I think that Peyton Manning could be he would be a great actor if he decided to go into acting. I think that he would probably do a hell of a job.
So I got a question I've been wanting to ask you all day. UCLA.
Are we back? Oh yeah. So we're back
UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
USC.
Mm-hmm.
Join the Big Ten today.
Well, possibly,
but I think so. Pretty much what I heard, and it just came up, and I guess most people heard this is that Fox, who's the partner TV network with the Big Ten, offered Big Ten $1.5 billion if they could get USC and they get UCLA to come part, opposed to the $1 billion that they offer them. So money talks. And, yep, USC and UCLA said deuces. We're gonna go where the money is. Do you think this is good for college football or bad?
I think it's good. They play better teams now. So I think it's good for. I mean, it's good for them. It's definitely gonna help their recruiting for the Midwest players because a lot of the Midwest guys now they'll go to the USC and the UCLA's because they know they'll be able to come back home and play ball and all of these other things. And it's so crazy how it works with that. But now, because that USC and Notre Dame, they're tied together. They play each other every year. Got some intel too, but because of this move, you're going to see that Notre Dame is going to get rid of their independence and go to a conference. When they don't really need to go to a conference.
No, they don't need to go to a conference.
But you're gonna see them go to a conference. Which conference? The conference that they should have been in 50 years ago, and that's the Big Ten.
So if you're the SEC and you're looking at what the Big Ten did, are you countering that move and trying to get more schools there? I mean, eventually, so you look at the Pac-10 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you still got Oregon, you still got Washington, you still got Stanford,
Colorado, Utah.
Where do those teams go now?
They're gonna stay their butts right there. They're not gonna leave. I mean, unless they go to the Big 12, but you ain't gonna go to the Big 12 because Oklahoma and Texas left, and they went to the SEC. So I think that Oregon is not going anywhere. Well, I can't even say not going. You can't even say that for certain anymore. But I think that they stay put, and because personally, I think that Oregon's gonna look at it like, this is a easier trip to the Rose Bowl.
So do you see college football going into like kind of the direction of NFL football a little bit?
As far as what?
As far as like you have 30 top teams that are going to battle, and then you have like maybe your second tier teams that are going to battle, and then you've got like your third tier teams. Like you had that strong 30 that maybe I can see the direction going in that eventually you just have two big conferences, sort of like the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, or the NFC or the AFC, and then maybe those teams split into divisions, and then you have some sort of playoff format to get to the actual championship. I think is starting to set the foundation up for that.
I agree, and it's going to be.
But do you feel like that's a better format?
Well, maybe it should get to the point where they disassociate themselves from the NCAA, and those conferences just I don't want to say go independent, but they're not tied to the NCAA. Like these conferences have more than enough money to do those things. Why they don't, I honestly don't know. Is it heading to that point? It's tough to say because although there's changes, at the end of the day, they still gonna be under the NCAA, and they're gonna have to follow those rules. So will the NCAA change it? I think that eventually there's going to be an actual playoff, kind of like what they have in the FCS. But right now, I just think that it's in college sports it's madness, like it's craziness. Like,
well, you see everything changing. I mean, you got the transfer portal. You got these schools going, you got these schools going to different conferences, and I mean it's becoming more competitive. And I see, and you saw it with Nick Saban, earlier this year, getting mad at what's his name? We got Jimbo Fisher, and and calling him out because he's starting to see that, it's about to even out. The good old days to where Alabama could just take every 5-star recruit. It's like, now that they can get paid for their likeness and, they can transfer.
A lot of these teams and schools are saying F tradition. Where's the money? That's what's happening. They're saying forget the tradition. Where's the money? What's going to move this program? And at the end of the day, a lot of these boosters, for a lot of the schools, at this point, they don't care about the tradition. They don't care about what you did 10 years ago. They want championships now, and then it's so competitive. It's actually probably more competitive than the NFL because you have so many different entities.
Well, and that's what I guess Nick Saban was pointing out at Texas A&M, like their booster money goes so much further than it does in Alabama. And like you said, you've got guys that, college football is no secret. I'm not going to say this is as big as the NFL, but for the guys that are really into college football, they're really into college football.
Oh, it's as big as the NFL. It's not bigger than the NFL, but it's as big as the NFL. There's money there.
Oh, yeah, especially like those universities like the Texases, the Oklahomas, Virginia Tech, the UVAs. Just most of the main schools that you got those boosters that, they just want their program to win, and they have no problem opening up their checkbook just for bragging rights to say, hey, my school is better than your school.
Yep. They got play money, man. They got play money, and it ain't even fair. But nonetheless, I think that I actually don't mind the USC and UCLA to the Big Ten. It makes the Big Ten compete with the SEC. And right at this moment, right now, is the SEC versus the Big Ten, and that's it.
Definitely. I think the competition is going to be good. I would love to see Michigan play USC.
Yeah, I want to go. You see USC play, and have them play in the cold at Michigan in the cold.
Oh, they get their butts whooped.
So yeah, man. I like what I see. I'm not mad at it, not one bit. So yeah, man. I think we good. So we'll be back next week. Oh, you got anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yep. It's same here. So we'll be back next week. Cause I think by the time we record next week, it's gonna be some things happening. We may,
we probably
and if something that crazy happens, we might have to record something on the holiday. I don't know. It's a holiday coming up. I've been on Twitter Spaces a lot the last few months, so maybe we do something like that for the show once a month or a week or whatever. I don't know. We'll make it happen. But nonetheless, it's time to get up out of here. This is Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
It's boy Scotty B.
And we are gone.
Anthony Adebayo.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes. You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5.
We're different from any other sport.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B.